Hi, this is Dr. Frank Chopatini with the Church of Rational Truth with another lecture. First, we're going to start with a little bit of old business. We have two different things that we're going to vote on in terms of where the passive income is going to go for this week. Just like normal, it's going to be reinvestment back into the endowment or going towards the fund for a physical church. So we'll take voting this week like normal, and then we will tally them on Saturday, and on Sunday we should be able to reveal where that money is going to be going towards. This week the lecture is going to be a little bit on the brief side, but it's going to be something that kind of came up today several times in my discussion with patients and employees, and that is being true to yourself. It was kind of a trend today that I talked to a lot of people, and they kind of came out with some things that they really weren't being honest with not necessarily other people, but with themselves. They had told themselves that they were more emotionally stable, that they weren't that they were coping with things better than they were, that things that were actually problems were not real problems. And they got to the point of breaking, to the point where this is actually really causing problems in their lives. One of the examples, the person was actually able to come to grips with that, and then because of that, try to seek help. They kind of said, you know what, this is something that I've been dealing with for a long time, but I've just kind of been ignoring it and playing it off like it's not a big deal. The other one was kind of the opposite. I don't want to say he, but this person really didn't come to terms with a lot of the issues that they've been struggling with for years. And because of that, it significantly affected their employment and their happiness overall in life, that they were not facing true hard facts about themselves. And so today we're going to kind of talk about the benefits of being true to yourself and what that means. And to me, sorry, I'm messing with my hair so much. It's too long. I need to get it cut. Being true to yourself is basically being able to face the cold, hard reality of you. What is good about yourself? What is bad about yourself? What needs improvement? What is good and what really is limiting you? Everybody has their own things that are good. Everybody has their own weaknesses, and we really need to be able to see those for what they are. Just like we seek, truth in terms of the church, and we're trying to be rational about things, we should be able to apply that to ourselves as well. We should be true and honest with ourselves and actually see things for how they are. The reason we need to do this is because if we don't, we can become very disillusioned with ourselves. We can believe that our lives are better than they are. We can believe that we are functioning better than they are. And with that, it eventually can lead to conflict, especially if the problems are significant and reoccurring. So, for example, if someone is in a bad relationship or if someone is overly emotional, those things can continue to haunt them. And many times they can build up, build up, build up until things overflow, and then something very bad happens because that issue has been put off for so long. If we can be honest with ourselves, we can say, hey, this is a weakness I have. So, for example, I'm not good at reading. I'm not good at math. I struggle to handle my emotions. I'm bad with finances. If we can actually be upfront with ourselves, if we can be cold and rational about our strengths and weaknesses, we can address those things. We can improve those things. Because if we don't ever address them, if we don't ever look at ourselves with a magnifying glass, we can't then improve them. If we don't see the problem, there's no way of fixing it. So being true to yourself is all about trying to improve what needs to be improved in your life, or being able to honestly look at it so you can actually see the things that need improvement. And that's hard. No one likes looking at their weaknesses. No one likes criticisms, and especially ones that are really honest. They shock us. They make us feel weak. They make us feel uncomfortable, and that's honestly why a lot of people don't deal with them. It's so much simpler and easier as a coping mechanism to just avoid it and not put up with it, because you don't have to deal with that emotional burden. You don't have to deal with that emotional pain of not being perfect. Uh, that comes with the short-term benefit that you don't have to feel that problem, but it comes with a long-term negative that you don't ever fix it. I know we've talked before about um, doing things like delayed gratification, where you might avoid something good for right now for a long-term benefit, and this is very similar. You are doing something negative right now or something that hurts right now to eventually try to get something more beneficial long term. And this goes both ways. It doesn't just go with the things that need improving. This also goes with the things that you're good at. If you can be honest and really know the things that you're good at and see really how good you are and not just have an idea or negate those things, you can use those to your own advantage too. You can use those to shape what jobs you get or how you pick relationships or how you approach things. If you know your own strengths, you can play things to your strengths in a way that can be more beneficial than if you weren't really sure if they were strong or not. So that's basically it. Hopefully people can take this and start looking at themselves coldly and honestly, and then use that to try to improve themselves. Sometimes it's helpful to get a close friend who can also be honest and say, hey, can you help me here with me appraising myself? Is this accurate? Am I really good at these things or am I not good at these things? You don't want to be the person like William Hung on American Idol who thinks he's so amazing at singing because everybody has just told you you're amazing and you've built yourself up to think you're amazing. But in reality, which is what's really important, you really don't have those skills that you thought you did. So this way you can kind of get another person's opinion, and you have to hope that they're honest and that they can give you a good, honest criticism about yourself, about what is good, what is bad, and what does need improvement. That is kind of the goal. It's not necessarily to get perfect, or it's not necessarily to get rid of your flaws, but it's to kind of constantly work on them, constantly try to improve them, and constantly get them to the point where they are not as bad or that you're getting better and better with them. No one can be perfect. I myself have many flaws that I need to improve. Honestly, trying to get these videos up on time is something I need to work on. But you need to be cold and honest with those. People who are successful can be cold and honest with themselves. People who are successful can see their flaws and they work on improving them. So I think that's something good for everybody to work on, is to try and see, hey, what is there about myself that could need some improvement, and what there am I actually good at that I can actually be proud of, and not to fall into a pit of being proud of things that you really aren't good at, because that's going to do nothing but trip you up in life and make things harder on yourself. That's it for this week. Hopefully, I can see you all next week. We'll go over what the voting results were and where that passive income is going to go. Hope you all have a great week and happy Spooktober. Bye bye.